morning. My name's John with the Pine Tree. I have the great pleasure being here in San Andreas with Cliff Edson.
How you doing, John?
Good. Thanks for meeting with me this morning. Now, you decided to do something and run for office, huh?
Yes.
How's that going so far?
Well, I've had a lot of people tell me I'm crazy.
That's good. But, one of the things we usually say to candidates, we mean this sincerely, is thank you for running. Because we know that it's not only a commitment financially, emotionally, and everything else. It's a big one, and it's one of those things that what we've seen with people is once they run for something, it also tends to stretch them too. They never fit back in the same package, and it stretches you, and it's an interesting, I guess. So people, if they're not familiar with you and stuff, I know you own a local business and everything. Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I own Country Cliffs Restaurant in San Andreas, and I live in San Andreas.
Okay.
I love history, the old-time history around here. As a matter of fact, I live in a old Victorian home. It was built in 1893. So I plan on being here with my wife for the rest of our lives.
Nice.
And my ultimate goal is to try to make the San Andreas and Calaveras as a whole a better place to live.
Yeah. Now what drove you to run? What have you seen in the area or in the county government or what drove you to run?
Well, I see a lot of people that are upset with county government. I see our economy taking a tank. I mean, it's just there is no economy here.
Yeah.
Except for when we get some tourism, and that depends on the economy in other areas. So
right.
we're relying on other sources to fund our needs here in the county.
Right. What would you like to see? If you have some goals going in, what would you like to see done? I mean, what would some of the goals be if you were elected?
I'd like to see the county be more business friendly.
Okay.
And get some light industrial, some research and development type businesses up here, and make them a deal to come up here and put our people to work, because we are fast running out of a workforce.
Right.
With all of the kids graduated from high school, right now they're leaving the area, and the ones that are staying behind aren't working.
Right.
So it's really important that we put people to work. That'll help us with not only our economics in the town and supplying the needs for the government to operate, but it'll also probably eliminate a lot of the crime and things that are going on right now in the area.
Now, specifically for District 1, what do you think some of the challenges are for District 1?
Well, District 1 really hasn't it lost its industry. Used to have good industry here with the cement plant and the lumber industry and mines around the area.
Yeah.
So we had people working back in the 80s. It was a great place to live. Everybody wanted to come here and work and live. Now we have poverty.
I mean, is it safe to say that traditionally, historically in the county in District 1, it was in some ways, one of the one districts in the area to where a kid could graduate from Calaveras High, get a good job afterwards, and be okay. And that was
not just okay, but also those folks are the ones that reinvest into the community.
Right.
So they buy a home, they shop local, they sign up for volunteerism, to do our parks, our Lions clubs, our Rotary clubs.
Yeah.
And we need that, and we're missing it right now.
Yeah.
The average age of a person volunteering in a park right now is somewhere around 65 years old.
Yeah.
What's going to happen 10 years from now?
Yeah.
So we need our young people, our young talented folks to be able to find employment in this county and stay here.
A little tougher question. I know, because you're running against incumbent. Now, for some of these questions, he would probably, and I'm not trying to speak for him, but he'd probably have some similar answers. So, what would you say is a differentiating factor? What would you look at to set yourself apart from somebody who's there?
Well, I have a plan for bringing jobs here.
Okay.
So my plan would be to create a county commission, and they would go out and assess the needs of each community to find out just about how many jobs we need for each community to
Right.
be, and I'm going to use this word, sustainable.
Right.
And then they would go to the county and say, hey, what can we do to make it easy we're going to actively go out and find these industries. What could we do to make it easy for them to come in and put our people to work?
Try to create an incentive plan of, say, tax breaks and that type of stuff,
Yes.
or some incentives to get them here, or maybe, things like if they're doing a construction project, like a rim mitigation type of thing.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And also, what I'd like to see is that the commission also work with the Chamber of Commerce and some of the local agencies that are interested in this sort of thing that don't seem to have a good relationship with the county.
Right.
And so that way you're getting the whole community involved.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to be successful in Calaveras.
Well, I think it's safe to say that not just going back the last 4 years, but in some ways, especially before that, the county was not the most business friendly.
Well, if you look at the way it happened, the industry from Calaveras left, and then there was an influx of seniors
Yeah.
coming up here to retire.
Yeah.
So it changed into construction industry.
Yeah.
Well, construction industry needs money to survive. So when that dried up, when people stopped coming up here and buying their 3 and 4 acre houses and having them built and that sort of thing, then what do we have left?
Yeah.
So you have to think ahead about 10 years.
The one thing I think is amazing that we have left is this is a pretty great place to live. Actually.
Beautiful here. That's why I'm here. It's beautiful. Yeah.
It's
I mean,
just
if it weren't for the crime and the negativity up
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
I think that it would be just perfect. Actually, I just
right.
love the area. I love the weather. I love
Yeah.
most of the people. There's some really nice people that live up here,
Yeah.
and I think we can make it a really beautiful place to live.
Okay. In closing, what's if you're doing the 30-second stump speech to the voter there? What's the summation?
Well, I would say that vote for me because I want to make your lives better here. We need to have some industry. We need to further build a place to further our education here for the kids to keep them here, and we need to make sure that our lives 20, 30, and 40 years from now, we still have a beautiful place to live, and yet we have the income to be able to support it without going to the outside agencies to try to bring in money all the time, which there are strings attached, to be self-sustainable. So I can do that. I can work with people in this county. I like helping different agencies work together, and I think that's how we're going to do it.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.